welcome to my channel, Pretty Inspired Decor. My name is Shelley and welcome to part 4 of my 2019 series called Creating Christmas. And today I'm going to show you how I decorated this pretty tree and what we did to create this beautiful mantle. So before we get going any further with the tree, I'm just going to insert some footage on what I did and how I put the ribbon on the tree. So as you can see, I have already put the ribbon on this tree. And when I decided that to use this style of ribbon or of placing ribbon on the tree for Christmas this year, I decided to actually use 6 different ribbons. So I used a really soft, almost peachy pink and a soft, really minty green, because I'm really going with, pinks and greens this Christmas. I use this gorgeous, it's a creamy color with gold dots in it, and I mix that with this beautiful, almost plummy pink. And then I also used this more solid green, again a minty green, but this is more of a satin finish, and I put that with this really pretty iridescent gold and iridescent pink ribbon. So you can get a much closer look of the ribbon here. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just going to show you how easy this is to do. So I have my green ribbon and have my pink ribbon. You just place them over each other. I just pinch the ends just to get started. You can dovetail these, you can cut them straight. I tend to dovetail them. And all you do is this. You just come in, you grab a branch, and you just twist the tip of the branch. And you'll notice I've got my ribbon in a bowl. Just take a look at the bottom so that you can see now there's not much ribbon left here. I keep it in a bowl so my ribbon's not all over the place. It just makes things so much easier. Then what I do is I grab it again, decide how big I'm going to go, and then I go deeper into the tree, grab another branch and just twist. So it's really that simple to get this look. It uses a lot of ribbon, there's no doubt about that, but it's really simple to do. Now, to get this look up here, I'll show you exactly what I do here. So this is really easy as well. You just take a length of ribbon, however long you want to take it, and just twist it together. Twist, twist, twist. And you're really just going, it's almost like you're winding your ribbon up to put it away. Really simple. You'll notice I have a sweatshirt on today because it is cold in southwestern Ontario and we have snow. Too much snow for November. That's when we're filming this component of the video. It's actually quite early in November to have snow and for it to be as cold as it is. So again, you'll notice really simple. Just twist, okay? You just almost like you're gonna put it away. Then what I do is I reach down to the middle like that and I push out the bottom like this. Just push out the bottom and out it comes. And then I take this piece, okay? So you just pop it here and then you just let it go. And it's that simple. It's that simple to get the look that's up here. And of course, if you do it higher in your tree like I've done, your branches will catch the ends because your tree the way the tree naturally comes out, so your branches will catch the ends so it doesn't all unravel. But it's such a pretty look. We also add our beads around the tree, just because I really like beads in a tree, and I didn't put any in our family room tree this year, so I was determined to add them to the living room. Okay, so at the top of the tree you can see I have a really pretty Santa, the same Santa that I've used for years and years, but I decided this year I would really make the top over the top glamorous and glitzy. All of those, or most of those picks came from Michael's. The really icy, soft pink ones came from Pier 1. And then I also have some berries, some green berries, and I mean, I've had those for years, so I don't have a clue. And the little white pearls, they're actually from the wedding section at the dollar store. So when you take a look at this tree, you'll notice that a lot of the ribbon work that I did is really hidden with the ornaments, and that's really what I wanted it to be. I only wanted the star of the ribbon to really be this piece that's cascading down, just to give it a different look. So when you are decorating your own tree, you know, I know that like me, you have ornaments and treasures that you have owned for years, and that you want to use them year over year, but maybe you do want to, you know, come in with some different elements. So one of the best ways to change up your tree without starting all over again is just to bring in some different ribbons that, you know, you have purchased or maybe that you already own. So this particular ribbon here, I use on this tree every year. I just love this ribbon. It's a very good quality satin ribbon. And then these other ribbons either all came from HomeSense or from Michael's. And you know, they just add a beautiful touch to this tree. I've also used these little picks. I love these small picks here. They're just so pretty, and they add a little bit of a glisten. You know, I haven't added large picks to come out of the tree except for at the top of the tree. You know, in my world, if you're not going to put presents under the tree, then, you know, you really should decorate under the tree. And this is not the tree where we open our gifts. And so I decided that I would create a village, and I've added lots of trees and, you know, lots of houses underneath this particular village. I just think it looks so pretty. So if you have a Christmas village, like, what a perfect place to display it if you're not going to put gifts under a particular tree in a room. I just think it's another gorgeous place to display a Christmas village. As well, this year, look at how lucky I was. I found this really pretty Santa at Michael's. Does it not just fit in perfectly under this tree? It's just so pretty. And then I also found some gorgeous trees from Samantha Pinn. She is a Canadian designer. And, you know, here's one of them here. These are all mercury glass trees. They're just so gorgeous. Look at them. They're pretty. They shine. I just adore them. So that's another good addition to our Christmas village. On the mantle, you'll notice that I have that gorgeous pair of angels that I bought at HomeSense this year as soon as I walked in. And I really knew that I wanted to do, you know, soft pinks and soft greens and golds in this particular scene this Christmas. And so when I found those two angels, I knew that they would be the star of my mantle. I also found another arch at Michael's, and my husband painted them in the white so that they would be a matching set. And then I literally hung them on the wall. In the past, I've just propped the one up that I had, but now they're more of a permanent fixture as well. And you'll notice I've added two entirely different lanterns, one pink one and one green one on either side of the mantle. I've used some fall florals. These little roses here are actually part of my fall floral collection that I have. And I thought, you know, they work perfectly. There are times, you know, if you really stick with a color theme for your home and you decide I'm going to use that color theme regardless of the season, you can use your florals as well from one season to the next. And so I certainly made that work here. And then I've added these little picks in to make it a little bit more Christmassy. In our world, you always must have a nativity scene. And although I did contemplate this year putting the nativity scene underneath the Christmas tree and creating the village on top of the mantle, I thought, no, I really want to see all parts of the nativity scene. And so that's why that nativity scene, once again, has a prominent place on the mantle. That was a gift from my father a number of years ago, and I just love to see it year over year on top of the mantle. And I've added some bottle brush trees, and of course I've added as well some mercury glass trees. If you go down, you'll notice again I have garland, and that garland is just laden with a whole host of things. The first thing I do when I put the garland on is I add the ribbon. And so this ribbon is also on the tree. It's a pinky and a goldy ribbon. And then I added this particular garland here. This is from Michael's, and this was in the wedding section years ago. We actually used it for both of our daughters' weddings. And then, I just use it again for Christmas. Add some, glass balls, my 12 Days of Christmas, some really pretty little iridescent stars, and of course as well, these gorgeous pink snowflakes that we buy. Every time I go to Bronner's, I seem to pick up another 5 or 10, and so I have these, really throughout this room. I just adore them so much. And this particular Santa here in the middle is a handmade Santa that I bought a number of years at a crafts show. At the bottom of the fireplace on the hearth, you'll notice I have those 2 pretty little lanterns. Now those lanterns I created in memory of my good friend Melissa, who passed away almost 2 years ago. And those are really a tribute to her, and I just adore those lanterns. I think they look so pretty by the tree. And then the word peace beside it. In the past I've always had that under the tree, but I thought this year it looked really pretty beside those 2 gorgeous lanterns, because when I think of her, I really have a sense of peace and calm. And again, when my daughter suggested that we put that peace sign there, I thought, what a great idea. It just really does finish off that area. Thank you so much for watching and seeing what we do in this living room. This living room is really so me. I just can't tell you how me it is. I love the colors pink and green and gold, and so when I get to decorate with those colors regardless of the season, I love everything about it. So if you have not already done so, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. Don't forget to click that bell so that you get notification of upcoming videos. Also, please share this video with people who love Christmas the way that we do. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you do in your home that's special and the way you create Christmas for the people who in your family and your friends who you love to entertain at this wonderful time of year. Until next time, bye-bye.